What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the RTG career mode, returning today on the back of the season opener. Loads to get through after making 5 new signings and playing our first game of the season today. We've got the Carabao Cup where we'll begin at home to Leeds United, more games in the Championship, possibly more transfers, and our first scouting updates of the year, which I'm really excited for. So loads to get through. We'll crack straight on our first game, Leeds in the Cup. Come on the Pilgrims. Yeah, old Beta winning some. And that'll do, nicely done, nicely done. Now play it from right to left, left to right, sorry, with Whitaker finding Mumba. And the 2 stars we inherited here linking up, and as you guys know, normally the Carabao Cup for me, as Mumba rattles the woodwork, was a competition where I'd rest all my starters, but not with Plymouth, man. Plymouth have never reached a major domestic cup final, so when the Carabao Cup comes around, yeah, maybe in my other saves, I wouldn't mind one bit whether we go out or not. With this Plymouth team, I want to go far. Yep, there's nothing like ending a long wait for a place in a cup final. And if that's the Carabao Cup, then so be it. As we're seeing this year in real life with Newcastle and Spurs looking to end that long trophy drought. And both taking leads in the first leg of their semi-finals. Aiming to reach Wembley this season. Al-Hajj, lovely ball. Bundu, onside. Steps away. Shoots. Saved by Carl Darlow and still tied at 0-0. I might have my personal opinions on the Carabao Cup, believing it should be scrapped, but if there's a chance to win it, don't scrap it this season, that's all I'm saying. No, not this guy, not Hardy, our former striker, rolling it across, 1-0. On top for the first star, fall behind with the only shot on my goal. Classic career mode. Classic career mode, man, honestly. And this is going to be 2, and that'll be game. Brendan Harrison doubles up. Solid, take the starters off. I tried, but take the starters off, man. Domestic cups in FC, I don't think I've won one yet. Yes, I believe this is my 9th season total across 2 career modes on FC 25. And I still haven't reached a domestic cup semi-final, let alone final. And I'm not going to say we were going to do it this season, but I thought we'd do a little bit better than this. Goodness gracious, awful start to the season. Move straight past it. Let's get back to the Championship. Yeah, move straight past it. Following game, Middlesbrough away in the northeast of the Riverside. Win this game, and that Leeds loss feels like a distant memory. Come on, the Pilgrims. Yeah, I love that all day. There we go. There's Vandenberg. Plays it back to Torok. Mumba continues this run. I'll try and slide him through. Great ball. It should be 1. It really should be. Mumba holds it up. There's Kante for his first of the season, straight at the keeper. My finishing is shocking. Don't get me wrong, he's a... oh, hello. I can't miss this one, can I? Listen, if I miss that one, then I definitely would have to ask myself some very serious questions. But there it is, King Kante's first of the season, and it really sucks how he's only grown to 62 overall, 2 ratings since he came out of the academy, because he's a star in the making, man. We need to get him up quickly. As Bundu wins that back. There's Torok. Sending it for Kante. For his quick fire double! Ibrahim, King, Kante, 2 in 2 minutes, Plymouth double the lead. I mean, it's just so silly. Like we said this before, how, you know, if you want your youth players to grow, playing them isn't the way forward. You know, it's silly, but you should loan them out instead. And it sucks that it's that way, because it's like, you know, you want to develop lore with that youth player out of the academy. Throw him in, you know. It's cool to loan them out and then bring them back and see, you know, that they've grown like 10 ratings. But it's not realistic when they've probably been sat on the bench at that club they're on loan at. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you're playing the player in every game, in like a championship division, for example, which is known for physicality, and a young player taking to that, I mean, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Ibrahim is tearing the second tier apart practically every other game. He scored a hat-trick in 12 minutes. There's a reason we call him the king, because he's just done what a king needs to do. Steady the ship after a struggling start with a hat-trick and leading by example. How has he only grown 2 ratings when he's tearing the Championship up at now 17 years old? This is ridiculous. Make it make sense, EA. There's a lot of temptation to do the old loan glitch. which is where what you can do is you can loan a player out, and then as soon as the first couple of days of the transfer window pass, you can recall them. And what happens oftentimes is they've grown like 6 or 7 ratings, which is basically akin to like a full season's worth of development. Then you can just bring them back and play them at a higher overall. But I don't know. I say this before, like, you know, you play the game however you want to play the game, man. Seriously, you work hard, you spend your money on the game, you play it however you want to play the game. But for me, I just don't want to do that, man. It's going to take a long time for Kante to get the rating he deserves, but if he keeps on scoring, I don't mind what his overall is. Following game, Huddersfield Town. The Terriers coming to Devon as we look for back-to-back wins and 3 straight clean sheets in the league, aiming to lay down a marker early doors. Come on, the Pilgrims. Well, I think that at the moment, it's... Oh. 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 Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Vandenberg's first for Plymouth Argyle. And what a team goal that was as the Pilgrims strike right from kickoff. What I was going to say is I'm just going to have to persist with Kante's low overall, but I am going to start putting on those tailored development plans, even though it means that he's almost definitely going to end up 5-star, which, as we know, kind of negates the magic of it. But he's just got an assist to go with the 3 goals he scored in the last game, and that was like prime Barcelona. Remember, to Vandenberg. We are playing some very good football out there, man. And on the back of that wonderful team goal. Oh, yeah, we've done it again. Al Haj. First of the year, it's 2. Plymouth or Barca, hard to tell the difference, but we're 2-0 up in Devon on the Terriers, moving the ball around really, really nicely and getting our reward for it as well. And I know some of you will be sitting there thinking, hang on a second, Docksy Boy, I think you're glazing yourself a bit there, son. Those were okay goals, but they're not great. The problem is, as I mentioned before, one of the critiques I've had in the past couple of years is that a lot of my goals are scored the same way as Huddersfield do half the deficit right after the restart. But I mentioned this many times now, EA went under a major change for the way that FIFA plays around FIFA 16, where it became less arcade-like and more simulation-based. And the reason why is because what they wanted to do was make you rely less on pace and more on great passing build-ups and off-the-ball movement, as Kante is denied and the rebound saved as well. But the irony is, it wasn't executed properly, so it's still incredibly hard to move the ball around and play decent passes. And it gets even harder now with the weather effects and the wind effects too. So any kind of team build-up, any kind of goal like the first 2 we scored, is going to be glazed upon because they're so hard to do. I might have conceded our first goal of the season. We should be on course for our first home win of the season. Back-to-back wins. And a big one. And this will do it. Kante holds it up brilliantly well. And Vandenberg hits the post. 12 to hold on. And hold on we shall. Even with the Terriers half of the deficit, I still felt confident we'd get the win. And we did. First in Devon this season. Back-to-back wins. Let's build on this. So I think one thing I might do as well is promote a couple of those lads in the academy as well, just to give us more space in the youth scene, but also to get them loaned out. We've got Bella and Georgie, and I mentioned before, I don't want too many players from the same nation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the lad with the worst potential and the older of the 2 as well. But Bella, I'm going to promote him and then try and get him loaned out. So we now only have the 1 lad in the academy. That's the 14-year-old. And this way, hopefully, we'll see some more growth for one of our brighter prospects who shows great potential. Right, let's move on. Excellent couple of wins there. And now heading into this one, our final game of August, Stoke away, as we go for 3 straight victories in the Championship. No losses in our first 4 this season, and a big 3 points here. Come on, the Pilgrims. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but unless I'm doing a club and country. I never like to have too many players from the same nationality, unless it's the country I'm managing in. Just because I like to vary it up, you know, and make sure that every year, every country I scout, there could be a player there that makes it, you know. And that's why I'm so excited for Indonesia and Honduras this year. That's going to be so cool. And we'll see if our scout has found anyone from the first month after this game. As Kante finds Janos, and as we speak of youth players, here is Torok for his first of the season. He's the Hungarian star, and he's just given us the lead in Stoke. We were looking for a Hungarian CAM. Instead, we found a winger. And again, looks a deceiving, because when you look at him, he looks a bit stocky. He looks a bit sluggish. He's anything but. He's nimble. He's quick. He's got great balance. He's just showed all of those things there. And as we still lead, if I can get him an end product as well, he's going to be one heck of an inside forward. With Bundu offloading, Vandenberg can strike him just wide. Not a great game by any stretch of the imagination, but as we often say, wins are wins no matter how you get them, and it's now 3 on the trot for Plymouth Argyle. Undefeated in our first 4 league games, 10 points taken from 12. This has been about as good of a start as we could have hoped for. And that's why his deadline day is here, and I've just loaned out Bela Jakab to Al Tawun for a couple of years, so we'll keep our eye on our Hungarian CM there. We've got through today very quickly, nothing to do. I don't need to make changes. Excellent start to the season, so just need to keep the band together as well. Look at that. We know Arsenal are looking for a new striker. They've got the one the fans would absolutely love to see, Victor Gyökeres. The mask is off to North London. Frankie has finally joined Manchester United after years of speculation, and Son is going to see out his final few years at PSG. That's quite a cool deadline day, that. But anyway, deadline day is over, and now let's see who we've got from our first 3 scouting updates. I'm really excited for Indonesia and Honduras, man. I can't wait to see who we've got. But of course, we're also looking for that next Jordan Pickford from England this year. And so far, not quite the start we were hoping for. And from Indonesia, I said before, I'm finding a lot of players with high overalls, but the potential is basically the same as their overall, which I think is really insulting to tell a teenager. You've peaked. Your life is not going to get any better than it is right now. We'll keep scouting these 2. Well, not a great start from the 3 nations this year, unfortunately. But as I always say, it's the first month. You know, there's 9 months, so 8 more to go. I mean, it's very rare you find one in the first month anyway, so no need to worry too much. And to be fair, Roberto Aguilar could be quite good. We'll continue the scouting for now. Let's do one more. Let's do one more game today, heading into this one on the back of 3 straight wins in the Championship. No losses in our first 4 games, but now taking on what will be one of the front runners in a South Coast battle. Southampton relegated last season, as we welcome them to Devon, going for our 4th straight win and possibly a place at the top of the table. Let's close the episode strong. Come on, the Pilgrims. It's us all day. And now Darko trying to bundle his way forward and still has the ball. And Kante prods it goal bound only for Ramsdale to make the save. That's the advantage of being so tall and so broad. It's really hard for an opposition defender to get the ball off them when they use that big body and that big frame of theirs. As Ramsdale keeps it at 0-0 for now. I'm going for this, man. Southampton might be one of the stronger teams in the division now, but I'm going for this win here. I'm a firm believer that everyone has been given a strength of some kind. And when you identify what that is, you've got to use it. Use it to your advantage. As Darko, once again, uses that big body to make the block, make the tackle, and come away with the ball as well. Oh, what a ball. Yes! Kante with the opener, and Plymouth lead first in the South Coast derby. Come on! Well, I must say, once again, not exactly the most action-packed games, but as we always say, wins are wins. Back-to-back 1-0 scorelines and 4 straight for Plymouth as we've surely gone top of the table. Let's squeeze one more game and we'll end on that. Yep, this will be our final game today for sure. Newly promoted Bolton Wanderers away, where we are indeed top of the table. Only 1 goal conceded in our first 5 games and still undefeated as well. Let's try and get a gap at the top of the table and close out today strong with 5 straight wins. Come on, the Pilgrims. Darko wins it back and now finds Whittaker on the turn. Now back into the middle with Darko. He's going to whip it out wide to Mumba. What a start to the season this has been for Plymouth, man. Yeah, the goalless draw to West Brom on the opening day, not great. Yeah, the thrashing against Leeds, not ideal. But in the league since then, oh, free header, you ain't going to miss that. It's been all plain sailing for the Pilgrims, and this man continues to steer the ship to stronger waters. I don't know if that makes sense. But Ibrahim Kante, once again, free header in the middle. He ain't going to miss. 62 overall. Feels like an 82 overall forward. Free header, 8 yards out. Easy. You cannot give the top scorer in the championship a free header from 6 yards out. It wasn't 8 yards out, it was 6. But whether it was 6, 8 or 12, wouldn't matter. You'd still put the money on this guy scoring an easy chance like that. Because he's now got 5 for the season in the league. He is absolutely flying, as are the team as a whole. Mumba sent down the left, turning on the afterburners. Who's in the middle? Who do you think? It's Ibrahim Kante. Oh, should have been 6 in 6. And you know, what's going under the radar right now is the defence. Kante's grabbing the headlines on the other end, and rightfully so, but I was just going to say, we're going in search of our 5th clean sheet in our first 6 games, but it's gone here with a really weak bit of defending. Absolutely typical. Bottle with a leveller, and as things stand, our winning run coming to an end. Much more action-packed game, this one though, much more action-packed. This is the one to end on, and is there going to be a late winner? Well, there should be, because it's going to be that man through again. He's unstoppable. The king continuing to assert his dominance on the throne. Brace for the king. Plymouth back in front. Fair play to Bolton's. This has been a great game, man. Seriously, they and Huddersfield, 2 newly promoted sides, the only teams that have scored against us this year in the league. But the goals are going to come in vain, because it's going to be another win for Plymouth, and this will wrap it up. Al-Hajj taking it all the way for the dagger. And what a start to the season for Plymouth Argyle. 5 wins in 6 games, top of the table, and off to an absolute flyer with 5 victories on the trot. And that is where we end it. So guys, massive thank you for watching today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next one with more games in the championship, aiming to extend this winning run. Hopefully still get Kante a few more goals, and we'll have more scouting updates from Honduras, Indonesia, and England as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Class game to end on. That was so fun.